Hi cookie friends, welcome back to Late's Camera Cookies. Thanks so much for being here with us today. Be sure to stick around at the end of this decorating and hang out with me and Hank, and let's talk about all things Splash Mountain. So I hand cut this cookie. This is a really large cookie. I hand cut it, I filled it all with my white flood icing, and then I drew the image that I wanted, which is the iconic Splash Mountain image. And the key here to this type of cookie is absolutely patience. Patience and getting the right consistency icing. And on top of that, using a tip that's small enough to get all of this icing out so that way it's very accurate. So my icing is not super runny, it's definitely not stiff because that just makes it even harder. It's just the right consistency for me, and as you continue to practice, you will find what consistency works well for you. Now, I don't use a metal tip, I actually use a tipless bag, and I cut it to the size that I want. So that's how I'm really controlling this. And I really don't cut the bag even to flood the cookie in this big area here with, the bear's shirt. It's the same consistency. So once you get that right, you will be good to go. So you can see I am just adding my details. Some places I'm choosing texture, some places I'm not. Here, I want to make that big splash. That's like the best part of this entire cookie is the splash. And really what you're doing is now you're just letting your artistic side go here. Yes, I was definitely referencing a picture, but I had a lot of fun just getting to be artistic. And I didn't color every single bag of icing perfect because I knew that I wanted to come back over and paint it. I really do enjoy painting. I don't paint on a canvas. I paint on cookies. That's what I really like to do. So I knew I wasn't going to get my icing colors just perfect because I was going to come back and paint them over. And I paint them with vodka. So these cookies are, they don't have any alcohol in it. The alcohol actually evaporates, once it's on the cookie. So it's the vodka mixed with my Wilton food coloring. And I have a palette that I keep and I mix all my colors. And I have a paper towel and a water dish that I wash my brush off when I'm done, but that's how I do it. I would not recommend using water to paint on cookies because what the water does is actually eat away at the sugar icing. So the vodka does not do that, or even an extract, like a vanilla extract, a clear vanilla extract. It won't do that. Water will eat away and disintegrate your cookie. The vodka or an extract will not. So that's a good tip there. And with these brushes, a lot of my brushes are super, super thin to get this really fine detail. And a lot of the success of a cookie like this comes from the detail. So this cookie took me over 5 hours to do in its entirety. I've whittled that down here for you guys in 4 minutes, but this was definitely a huge labor of love. Okay, now do you see what I did there? I have parchment paper that I crinkled up and I put in certain sections on this cookie. So I was making rocks, like boulders for the mountain. And while that icing was wet, I placed crinkled up parchment paper on it, let it dry overnight, and then you'll see eventually I'm going to take that parchment paper away, and it actually created a cool texture. So it wasn't just a flat, blob of icing. It was actually textured like a rock. So I thought that was pretty cool. And again, it's the detail. The cookie would have looked pretty cool without all the detail, but when you add all the shadows, all those really thin black and white lines, that's when everything really starts to pop. So I was pretty happy. You can see I messed up on that poor rabbit's eye so much. I kept erasing it. You can erase it with a Q-tip and vodka. It comes off. You could try again. But that's how I made the cookie, and I hope you enjoyed that. Hi, cookie friends! Welcome back to Late's Camera Cookies. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We have finally made it back from our journey to California to Disneyland, and oh my gosh, I loved it so much. It was awesome! Even more than I thought I was gonna love it. Disneyland's really awesome. Yeah. Really cool. I did practically no walking. He didn't do anything. No, I was carried. What a good, amazing park. I'm a Disney World girl at heart, But let me tell you, Disneyland's got a lot going on there. Anyway,
Yeah.
we
That is
wanted
massive
to
cookie.
make this awesome
What?
splash. I mean, this
Whoa.
is a big cookie, right? Like, we're talking
Look
like...
at my face.
Like, we're talking Hank's face big.
My face.
That's big.
Wow. It's almost as big as that Disney bread.
Oh my gosh, the Disney. We'll have to show that.
The Disney
to
bread
you.
was insane.
Actually, let's just show you that right now.
Added like 10 pounds to our luggage.
We got that Disney sourdough bread in Disney California Adventure. So good. But anyway, we wanted to make a Splash Mountain cookie because,
Yes!
you know, it's no secret that Splash Mountain is very soon going to close forever and turn into Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which I'm really excited about that.
Yes!
I think that's going to be really, really awesome.
We saw a lot of ride transitions.
Actually, we saw like my biggest ride transition would have been
Tower
of Terror that turned into Mission Breakout, which we finally got to go on. And at first I was like, oh, they took Tower of Terror away. How could they?
Yeah.
No. Tower of Terror is awesome, but Mission Breakout is just
it's like
as
two different
awesome.
rides.
So you know what?
Awesome.
Disney, they know what they're doing.
Yes.
And as much as I'm going to miss the classic Splash Mountain, I am excited to welcome Tiana
Make
and
way
her
to the
own
Bayou!
adventure. So I'm really happy about that. So I hope you liked watching how this was made. This cookie certainly gave me some trouble as I was doing it, but I think it came out pretty good. One of the reasons why we chose to do this design is because it's like the classic attraction poster, right?
Yeah.
So
going down the splash.
yep. So that's the classic poster, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. I took some of Hank's pins because Hank collects Splash Mountain pins.
Yeah.
So I want to just show them to you one by one real quick. Okay, so our first pin is actually my very first pin ever. This is Splash Mountain. There's Mickey, Donald, and Goofy.
They're all wet.
This was one of my first pins I ever got in 2006.
That was for the 30th anniversary.
For the 30th anniversary. But look, so like the 30's got the briar patch thorns on it.
Yeah, I like all the details.
As you go up, look, there's like honey beehives, the laughing place, and there is the splash with Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox, and Bear.
For the announcement.
Here's a newer pin. It says, I conquered Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
And barely got wet. Look how cool this one is. This one actually moves. Yeah, there's the buzzards that show
those are
up.
great. You know they didn't have their hats. Disneyland.
I know. This one's also my pin. Splash Mountain, and they move up and down. That's Mickey, Donald, Goofy again. And I think
cool.
This one was probably from 2002, y'all.
Wow, that's your oldest pin.
2002.
That's a good one.
That's a good pin. And this last one is a crossover pin, and it's from the Oogie Boogie Ghost Walk in 2002.
Wow.
So this is
I like that one.
This is when they had
crossover.
the Haunted Mansion ghosts like going on different rides. So this was the Haunted Mansion ghost going on.
It's called like Oogie Boogie Walk.
So here's all of our pins. As you guys know, me and Hank do collect Disney pins. We love it. It is so much fun.
There was a really weird, like, Simpsons moment. Disney pins predicted the future.
Okay.
There was a Tiana crossover with Splash Mountain. Her and Naveen going over Splash Mountain.
Oh.
It's that cookie, but with the two of them.
Interesting.
Wait, pop it up. I dropped it in.
So
ahead of it.
That is interesting. So it looks
it was
like
so weird.
Princess Tiana was on a few crossover pins, and by crossover we mean like this Haunted Mansion
Yeah,
one.
they wouldn't do a Haunted Mansion Splash Mountain.
Right, when you've got like different characters on a ride they don't belong in. But look at that. It was like telling the future. Predicting the future. So those are our Splash Mountain pins.
All right.
And the next thing we want to talk about is our
Fuzz Facts!
Fuzz Facts!
Yes!
Okay, so Hank's got three,
I got three good ones.
Fuzz Facts for
All
us.
right,
Go ahead,
let's
Hank.
count them down.
Number one.
All right. The first one, known to many Disney fans, Briar Rabbit shares a voice with one other rabbit. Do you know who?
With another, is it a Disney?
Yes. Another Disney rabbit.
What is another Disney rabbit? Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit! You got it!
Roger Rabbit?
Yes! Yes!
Oh,
Jess Hartnell
interesting.
voices both Roger Rabbit and Briar Rabbit. Now, next one.
Fuzz fact number
Fuzz fact number two! Okay. Now, most of the animatronics were taken from a Disney ride called America Sings.
Okay.
That's an older ride. It was like a carousel ride, theater.
Okay.
Like a Carousel of Progress.
Okay.
But I believe it was in Disneyland.
No, what that is.
The end with like the
showboat?
Yeah, the showboat.
Yeah.
Those are all taken from America Sings.
Oh, okay. Fact number...
Number 3! And now, there's a huge difference
Okay.
between Walt Disney World and Disneyland's Splash Mountain.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, the number of animatronics.
Oh, okay. Who has
Yeah.
more?
Disney World only has 68. Disneyland has 103.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Okay, cool.
That's really crazy.
103 animatronics.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like the most animatronics.
You remember
in one
like
ride.
every turn on that ride, there were like
Yeah.
animatronics. We were like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Those are
whoa.
good fuzz facts.
Yeah, those are good.
So, we can finally now compare
Yes.
Splash Mountain. So, I've only ever been on Walt Disney World Splash Mountain. But yeah, just a few weeks ago, Hank and I were hanging out in Disneyland in California and got to go on their Splash Mountain. So it was really special. It's probably going to be our very last time ever riding Splash Mountain before it closes.
Yeah.
So it's really special to be able to do it in Disneyland. And I think both Splash Mountains are so awesome. They were really different though.
Yeah, one feels faster.
Yeah, you know, like sometimes...
Disneyland felt faster.
So, okay. Disneyland, yeah, 100%. I don't know if it was in my mind or if somebody else can attest to this, but I felt like we were zooming throughout, you know, the course of the whole ride.
Yeah, and even the seating. The seating made it feel different.
Yeah, that was the second difference that we noticed. Well, obvious difference. You're like sitting in a long
Like a toboggan.
log, like toboggan
Yeah.
style. So your legs are kind of like next to the person's
Use the
body
person in front of you as a human shield.
Whereas in Disney World, you're sitting side by side. I do like sitting side by side better, I think. As you know, I liked
I feel
that.
like you slide around.
Oh, you like sitting toboggan style?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, just hide in the back. Let the people in the front get wet.
That's the other
They
thing.
got wet.
I don't know if
That
it
was
was
awful.
just like when we went or, you know, whatever it was. I am telling you, the people who sat in the front two seats in the Splash
Were
Mountain
soaked.
Disneyland ride were like soaked.
It was like the first drop.
Yeah, and it wasn't
was
even
crazy.
the big drop at the end. It was like, you know, when you're going through, like starting
Like
to
the little
move
bunny
through,
hill.
you kind of go down a little drop. The water that came into the log flume, oh my gosh, I
My
felt
feet
so
were wet
bad
for like 2
them.
days.
So
The
yeah,
drops are different.
yeah,
The drops are different.
there is a different drop pattern.
There are 5 drops in Disney World.
Okay, and how many in
Only
Disneyland?
3.
Only 3.
Only 3. And we got wet.
You got really wet in
Yeah.
Disneyland.
It was very cool.
The other big difference that I noticed was kind of like the storyline. It's the same
Oh,
story,
yeah.
right? But I felt
Disneyland
like
was darker.
in Disneyland,
dark.
yeah, at the end, right before you go up the big climb to the drop.
Yeah, like he gets caught in like all the honey.
Yeah.
And then all the characters are like mourning.
Yeah, all
Rabbit,
the characters are like nervous, hoping.
staying away from the laughing place.
Yeah, and it was a
It's almost like
very,
a warning. It's like all the children are like in mourning.
It was a very ominous
Little rabbits and like
thing.
it's crazy.
And all the little rabbit children are like gathering around, looking all sad, and
yeah, that was pretty crazy.
they're like thinking Brer Rabbit's gonna get turned into rabbit stew, and it was kind of dark. But in Disney World, like you go up and it's
you
still
go up,
scary.
but the buzzards are the scary part.
Yeah, you got the buzzards with
The
their top
buzzards,
hats on, looking
yeah.
down.
And they're laughing at you.
Yeah, it's just different.
What goes up must come down.
It's just different. So I'm curious, if you've been on both, do you like one better? I'm really excited to see Tiana's Bayou adventure. And yeah, I wonder what it's going to be as you go up. Like what if it's going to be
gonna be
scary
so cool.
and ominous, or it's all going to be lighthearted and fun? I don't know. Yeah, is the Shadow Man going to be there?
Yeah, he's gonna make a return.
Dr. Facilier, will he be
Woo!
there? Because that would be cool.
That's gonna be great.
Guys, I hope you like this episode. I hope you like this.
That is such a big cookie.
Let me know what you think about it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Is that bigger than Encanto?
No.
It looks a little bigger.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
I think your cookies have grown.
Pretty soon, guys, we're going to get
Been watering your cookies?
We're going to get rid of this background we have here, and we're going to work on displaying all the cookies, so the cookies will always be behind
Oh,
us.
we hope this one made a splash.
Yes, we hope
Yes!
this one's going to make the cut to be one of the cookies that is in our background here. So I'm really excited for that. Let me know if you have any ideas on how we can like zhuzh up our background.
Yeah.
What else?
That's about it.
That's about it. Have a zippity doo dah day, my friends.
Yes.
And we will see you next time, cookie friends.
Next time. Yay!
I don't know.
Are we still recording?
I think we're still recording.
People said they're gonna close it for crap. People said they're gonna close it for There's a red dot.
Does that mean we're recording?
I don't know.
So sometimes in our studio the air goes on.
Yeah.
And it's like super loud. And even though it feels really good, it turned off.
I don't know if it's still recording.
Can someone out there tell us if we're still recording?
They can't hear us yet.